All right. Hello and happy Thankful Thursday to all. Misha Saffron here, and I'm again, all of you kind of are used to this. I'm excited and delighted. So this week I am introducing you all to even more special, beautiful, wise, intelligent, charming, fun women from all over the world. We've got Australia to Canada, the United States. It's just been amazing. I'm super excited. And what is the topic today? Today is, why is self-care considered taboo? And these women who are leading workshops for the International Joy and Resilience Virtual Retreat for Moms of Preteens and Teens this Saturday. If you haven't registered, you need to hop on and register. I will be putting all the links in there for you. And if you register now between 11:59 p.m. Eastern tonight, you can get it for free. Remember this, write it down. Your coupon code is time for me. All capital letters, the 4 is not spelled out, time for me. I'll be dropping the link in for you and you will be able to register instantaneously for free. So today we're going to be hearing from these amazing wise women who are participating in the international conference on Saturday. And the topic again is, why is self-care considered taboo? And what I'm really excited about is just letting you all have a taste of who these amazing women are in their responses. It's kind of like a game show, enjoy the best response. And then you'll maybe think, well, that's the person I want to go see their workshop. And then they're also going to have an opportunity to share with you the workshop that they are leading and maybe a unique reason why you might want to attend their workshop. So let me pull away this amazing banner of all these beautiful pictures and woohoo! Welcome to, whoop, there it goes. Welcome. Whoop, what is it going on here? Welcome. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. So we have a couple women who are still dealing with technical difficulties and they will be popping on. But we are going to start by just quickly saying your name so that everybody knows how to pronounce your name and where you are coming in from so that they know what part of the world you're in. So I'll start. Misha Saffron, currently in Pennsylvania, but driving across country July 14th to move back to California. All right, so who is next? I believe it is Liz. Liz, go right ahead.
Yeah, hi everyone. Super excited to be here. I am in Calgary, Canada, but I am originally from South America, so this has been a huge change, but enjoying it and having fun. Thank you, Misha.
Thank you, Liz. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. Who is next?
I think that might be me. Hi there. My name is Kylie Ransom, and I am coming to you from Seattle, Washington, here in the Pacific Northwest. So, born and raised.
Fabulous. Thank you, Kylie. Very glad to have you. And Liz, you are a conscious eating coach, and Kylie, you are a pain relief coach, correct? All right. Awesome. And who is great? Who is next?
Hi, I'm Diane Kelly, and I'm coming to you from the Outer Banks of North Carolina.
Woohoo! And you are a Soul Fire Woman coach. Love it. Who's next?
Hi, I'm Mandy Morris. I'm streaming in from Australia in a little town called Mullumbimby, and it's quite early in the morning, so I need to practice my articulation, get my mouth working.
Oh, it's so
very happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're here, Mandy. That is so talk about dedication. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Mandy. And you are a transformational life coach. I think we are all definitely transforming lives. So just in the first 4 introductions, I'm sure those of you watching can see what a beautiful, authentic group of people this is. All right, who's next?
It's me. I'm Monifa Harris, and I'm in Fresno, California. And I'm a voice confidence coach. Nice to be here.
And you said that with such confidence. See, we can all take example from that. Good to have you, Monifa. Thank you. Who is next?
Hi, it's me. I'm Tatina Van Horn, and I am coming to you from North Idaho, actually in the United States, but I'm originally from Europe. So I've traveled all over the place right here for right now. I'm a shamanic practitioner, so I work with energy medicine with women really wanting to come into their own with their businesses and their work and clearing everything that's in the way for that.
Great. Great. Thank you, Tatina. Welcome, welcome. And who is next?
It's me. It's me. I'm Wendy Russell. I'm in Toronto. I am a recovering television producer, and now I'm an on-camera coach and a business mentor.
That's awesome.
Be here.
I love it. I love it. We could probably apply the word recovering to so many different things. And you are also, so you're not a camera coach, but you're also a super playful human being. Right? Okay.
Yes, I remuted myself, but yes, that's what I'm here for.
Awesome. And who is next?
I think that's me. My name is Jade Groff. I am in Pennsylvania, and I am a midwife, a healing body worker, and a pelvic care specialist.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Well, welcome all of you. And we'll just kind of take a moment to think about all the women out there, moms, grandparents, aunts, daughters, all the women out there. This year has been like in my opinion, okay, I'm only one opinion, but I think there are people that are agreeing with me. This year has been one of the most challenging years in family history. And I'm not just talking about moms of people, a lot of us have pets, right? And so those are mommies too. And a lot of us have roles in the community. Well, we're mommies too. Like there are women out there who are very, very active in the community supporting other people. And that's still mommying, okay? So I just want to put some love, if you'll join me, ladies, love out there to all the women who have had so many trials, tribulations, some tumultuous experiences. We've had a lot of loss this year. And just give some love out to these women. I really, just thank you so much for putting some love out there. Thank you. All right. So one of the things that can cause a tremendous breakdown of the family system is a lack of self-care. And so the topic for today, before we break into sharing, and I do want to just show everybody, I'm just going to spotlight myself for a minute. I want to show everybody, these are all the women who are presenting at the workshop this Saturday. 32 amazing women from all over the world. And it is going to be such an amazing day. And an amazing day in the sense of an opportunity for self-care. But in order to get to that, we have to kind of put an ixnay, debunk this notion that self-care is taboo. Self-care is selfish. Hello, it is not. It is not. It is not selfish. In fact, not taking care of yourself is actually selfish because you're making it impossible for everybody else in your life to really, truly be with you in a present, calm, beautiful place. And so when you deny the people in your life that beautiful you, but all they get is the stressed out, freaked out, panicked, uncomfortable individual hurting emotionally, that's not very nice. That's selfish. I'm sorry. I know I just put a twist on it, folks, but that is true. So self-care, this is my answer to why self-care shouldn't be taboo, but our panelists here are going to talk about why is self-care considered taboo? And they all may have different answers. So who's going first? I'd love to hear your answers.
I guess that is me. So
all right, Liz.
So, being like a full-time working mom for 17 years now, trying to, to cope with everything and all the different hats. This is such an amazing topic for me to discuss. And thank you, Misha, for giving the opportunity to do so. So, the first thing that I find is that there are so many different cultural stereotypes out there that really put expectations on what it is that we should be doing and what priorities we should be having. And it's really difficult for some of us to ignore that. And at the end of the day, we are kind of taught that we should put all of everyone else's priorities first instead of putting ourselves. So it's like you said, like hello. And then we're left last, and then for whenever we have free time, and then that free time never comes sometimes. And like, when does that happen? So I have myself struggled with that, and I have to say is it has been a learning curve to put myself as a priority. And I know so many women out there, so much, not only women, let's say everyone really struggles with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Liz. And I'm glad you're on the journey to change that for yourself. Because I know that as a conscious eating coach, you really do help women identify ways in which to take care of their body, and that is self-care, right? And yet there's so many areas of our life. And so I'm curious, when you're working with the clients and they say, well, I need to have these foods in the house because other people like them. That right there is this notion of self-care is taboo. I can't do this. What would you suggest to them? What would you say?
Yeah, like that's such a frequent, obstacle that a lot of my clients put to themselves and to their families. And they start thinking like, the first thing I tell them is we need to stop shifting our mindset and stop thinking about, oh, this is just a diet for me. Like I am the one who's gonna do the diet because I want to lose weight or because whatever. And instead of thinking this is going to be a change for the entire family where everyone is going to benefit from. So that's the kind of a mindset shift that I kind of invite my clients to make, like not
Yeah,
only thinking about their own weight loss process or their own individual objectives, but more like the overall benefit for the entire household, really, that they want.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, my kids are like, when I stopped eating sugar for a while, they're like, "Wait, we have to stop eating too?" I said, "Just in this household. You could go eat it wherever where you think you need to eat it, but in this house, I am not buying sugar." I think I turned one of them into a sugar addict actually by depriving them. But anyways, okay. Who's next? Thank you, Liz. Who's next? Go right ahead.
Hi. Yeah. So, just to kind of piggyback off of what Liz had said, as a pain relief coach, helping women to relieve their pain, they're already kind of feeling that they're losing or neglecting their life because they've had to change their habits. They've had to, you know, um, have other people take on responsibilities that they once took on themselves. So then they start really holding on super tightly to the things that they feel that they have to do. Like it's really challenging for them to let those things go because then in some way there's a thought or a feeling of failing. And, I think as women, especially because we see many women see themselves as the nurturer, as the caretaker of their household, as the person that kind of keeps the family together, especially when you're dealing with physical pain, you feel like you're unable to do that. So there's a lot of negative self-talk that can happen that then doesn't allow us to take the time that we need to care for ourselves. Because ultimately, like you were pointing out and like Liz pointed out, when we take care of ourselves, we are able to better show up in our lives and better to show up for other people in our lives. And if you are a mother, you are giving an example of what it is to take care of yourself when you are taking that time. And that is a really powerful thing to model for people in our household as well, whether it's children or our partners.
Absolutely.
Even
Absolutely.
friends, so. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Kylie. So Diane, I'm curious, in hearing Liz's response and Kylie's response, if the overall picture we're getting here is that the self-care of the parent ends up permeating this wonderful energy for the entire family. Diane, why is self-care considered taboo? Oh, you're muted. You got to unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, what came to me is, what I experienced in my own life is that I was basically trained, my role as a woman was to be self-sacrificing and to do that for my family and everyone around me. And that became my identity. And, you know, you're kind of held up for that, for being selfless, until you reach that point where you can't do it anymore. And you realize that I lost a sense of who I was and forgotten who I was. And it was so important to reclaim that part of me, to reignite what I call the soul fire. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. There's definitely this cultural thing, right? That's like, we're supposed to self-sacrifice. We're supposed to self-sacrifice. And then when we break down, it's kind of like, what's wrong with you? Keep going. Break your straps back up. And, come on, buck up, beautiful. It's like, whoa. Right?
And so it's having the confidence to know that you are everything that you need to be without having to prove that or do that or be that. Right. You know, you can show up as who you are and be perfect. And that ripple effect is so much more powerful than the whole self-sacrificing thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Thank you. Thank you very much, Diane. Mandy, are things different in Australia? Is self-care a total thing that everyone's like, yeah, everyone should do self-care, and they actually do it? Or
I would love to say yes, but no. That's what's so amazing, and that's what
it can be taboo there too.
It's taboo, absolutely. I think it's taboo right around the world, and that's what's so extraordinary about this gathering and working with women from all over the world, that we have a shared experience, so we're not alone. I think the challenging thing for me has been, because I'm single parenting a teenager and also, you know, doing the coaching and having a job, it's just prioritizing time, you know, actually putting me first. And as, you know, women here have said, it's really important. We're modeling. By not doing that, we're showing our kids that it's not important, or we're setting ourselves up. This is what women do. Like, I have a son. If I do that, I'm setting myself up to show them this is what women do and this is what your potential wife will do. So for me, just to sort of fully be in my truth and to role model well, it's taking that time. And it's a juggle. I'm not always very good at it. So, and there's a voice sort of sometimes saying, well, that is selfish. There still is this very old voice saying that's selfish. And I love the metaphor, you know, what they say, you know, when we were all flying and they tell you about the oxygen masks, put it on yourself first. I think that's fantastic, because how can we be the best parent we can be, or the best partner, or the best whatever, when we're depleted? So put the oxygen mask on first, and just prioritizing. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but even like time for mindfulness, 5 minutes, go for a walk, have a break, or even put in your diary to put it in the calendar. This is my time.
Right.
So yes, the same in Australia.
Same in Australia. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I love what you just said, the fact that you are a single mom, teenager at home, working 2 jobs, right? A job, a job, and your coaching business. And it, you know, it's progress, not perfection. You know, we talk about self-care being considered taboo. Well, we have to go in with moderation. And I think that, you know, if I could answer the question before I move on to Monifa, self-care can be considered taboo if we go all the way to the other extreme.
Oh, yes.
You know, it's like, here we have, you know, people who don't take care of themselves at all, and they're depressed, they're overweight, they're uncomfortable, they are kind of in that victim place a lot, of self-pity. And then you have women, or people in general, who are at the total extreme, like getting their nails done and their pedicures every day, and their kids have other people to take care of them, and there's nobody. And I'm not judging. I got my feet done the other day. So, but what I'm trying to say is that one thing I've noticed in the United States is we are a culture of extremes. And same thing in Australia, Mandy?
I think so. I
Maybe
just
not
don't
as
know.
much, but
No, it probably is there, but I just don't know the ones that sort of spend all their time looking after themselves.
okay, yes. And so I think that for me, when I look at the question of why is self-care considered taboo, I think because there are extremes, and yet there's a way, and Monifa, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a way to do self-care that meets your needs and you still can meet the needs of others, as long as it's not jeopardizing your own well-being. What do you think, Monifa?
I am sure there's a way. Yes. Yeah, and it is difficult though. For me, the self taboo in my family came from do something productive. Like that was what we were told as children, much less as adults, where like that's your job is to be productive. And for a lot of us, that's our productivity is how successful our family is. And so when our focus is external in that way, it's really hard to realize, number one, like if I'm here to love my family and to make my family happy, then I have to have love and happiness or joy within myself. And then the other part is that really, if you're not in that place where you're feeling good, then you're not giving what you think you're giving, right? We're giving out of like a necessity and therefore a slight resentment, and we're hoping in that kind of taboo thing is turning that into, well, if I just do more, then I'll feel better about myself, right? And that's not how it works. It's not how it works. And so if we're constantly doing the thing where we're giving it away first, then we aren't giving the fullness of our capacity to share into our families and into the world. So in order to do that balance, it's really just about knowing what you need to feel good and to feel a love for yourself, making that a part of your day, and then allowing your people to also partake in that thing. So kind of like in the food situation, that you're not just the only one that gets to be healthy and feel good, right? Like your family can help be healthy and feel good as well. And I think the more that we invite everybody into that space where we're honoring what supports and helps us be our full selves, then we get to be in balance.
Wonderful. Balance. Yes. So thank you, Monifa. Absolutely. So Tatina, I'm curious, you are from Europe, but you've been in the United States quite a while, and you have different views that you can put on this from in all of the different places where you've lived. Has self-care been considered taboo? And why do you think that is?
That's actually a great question. I love that you asked it. When I was actually growing up, and this is an interesting one because we're talking about self-care for the woman, but I would argue that as a full culture for men as well. And I remember,
absolutely,
and I remember growing up, and my dad actually had a job where it was just a given, and this is kind of a European thing. It was a given that he had 4 weeks off for summer or at some point during the year. And I don't ever remember seeing my dad overworked, stressed. I felt like he was very much, we did stuff together as a family. And so it was a shock for me in some ways, even though I knew about it in theory, was coming to the United States and seeing how, life was actually fit around work rather than the other way around. So, so in a way, I feel that this is a beautiful retreat and feeling. In fact, I feel like I'm going to have to watch this recording of what everybody said so far for myself, because even with all the work that I have done, it's something we fall into really easily because it's so consensual. The thing around productivity, self-sacrifice. Even in my own family, I too am a mother, and I have a preteen and a teen, and I am a single mother working. And what's interesting there is because I'm divorced, the kids are seeing two different paradigms happening. Their dad is very A-type. And, this is not to go into judgment, although I would confess sometimes I do.
You know what? That's actually part of self-care, Tatina, is to be really honest.
Let's call it discernment. Their dad has a ton of, allergies. He's had a gazillion different surgeries. I kind of joke and call him like he's sort of like the knight in that Monty Python movie where they keep chopping off a limb and he keeps going, It's almost like we're being told to do that. And the kids go, well, why is dad, always so active? And mom, why are you so lazy? That can strike such a chord, and I have to breathe and come down to this place, which all of you have been talking about. Breathe, not react. If that trigger happens because what happens is hitting a part inside ourselves that believes it. And we need to take that pause so we can access a deeper part. And this is what I feel this retreat would be really wonderful. We get to pause and come down to a deeper truth about ourselves, which is not that productivity and burnout are the norm or something that we have to do. Actually, no, we get to choose that. We are the co-creators of our time and our energy.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tina. Thank you so much. And what's really wonderful about this retreat is it's not just about self-care, but it's about creating joy and building resilience, which ultimately, guess what, everybody, fosters self-care. So fabulous. So Renee, glad your technology is working. Woohoo, Renee's here. Yay. Renee, first introduce yourself. Tell us where you are. Tell us the kind of coach you are, and then answer the question, please. Why is self-care considered taboo?
Yes, thank you. I'm so glad it worked out for me to be here. I live in Iowa in the Midwest here, and I am a writer and an educator, and so I mentor folks who have a message to share with the world, and they want to get some impact out there through writing, as well as using writing as a tool to heal, which is the focus of my session in this wonderful event on Saturday. So I'm so looking forward to that. But yeah, using writing as a tool to heal is something that I have done and returned to time and time again throughout my life since teenagerhood as a means of self-care. Of course, I wouldn't have said that as a 12-year-old, but that's what it was.
That wasn't your language back then. Excuse me, Mom, I'm still writing. It's because I need to heal.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have said that, Renee?
Those were not quite how the conversations went when I was
Mom, get out. It's private. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. I do have it, scribbled over the top of the binder. Do not touch. But why is self-care taboo? The first thing that comes to my mind is that it's just is the word selfish. Something that we were just talking about things that trigger because there's a part of you that believes that's true. I have been called selfish multiple times in my life by partners or family members because I wasn't always choosing that self-sacrifice. I will preface this by saying I'm also a mother, and I spend a lot of my time choosing others. So I have to, take that time to Tina, just as you were just saying, take that time to, ground and be like, and ask myself what's really true. Is it, the singular word of a person who's angry with me right now and using this as, a means of, through anger, or is it, all the other evidence that shows that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Renee. I want to make sure we have time for our last two panelists to answer the question, and then want to make sure we also have time to tell everybody the names of your workshops, what time the workshop is, what to expect. So I'm going to say for Wendy and Jade, we're going to do a quick response to why is self-care considered taboo. So I want to make it real clear out there to those of you watching. I'm not saying self-care is taboo. I'm saying in society, why is self-care considered taboo? That's two different thought processes, right? So I'll take Wendy and then Jade. Go right ahead, Wendy.
I'm echoing what everyone says, obviously, because it is, for me, I've never used the word taboo before, but I hear selfish. So that's, for me, that was what resonated. But I think the thing is, we are literally so busy adulting all day long, and we're basically operating in sheer survival mode most of the time, paying the bills, taking care of the kids, putting food on the table, doing the errands, going to the job or running the business. And so it is like fun and creativity, the thing that gets pushed down to the bottom of the to-do list. And so what I coach my clients on is to prioritize it and to make it so important to you. My self-care is play and fun and creativity. That is how I do it. I can't sit down and meditate. I suck at meditation. Like, there's so many people that are amazing at it, and they're like, I just meditated for 2 hours, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot even imagine. So, like for me, I find right.
My partner and I meditate every morning for 4 minutes. That's it. And even the 4 minutes we sit there, and when we're done, we're like, oh, that wasn't good for me. No, not me either. Okay, let's go on.
I think that's about my time limit on meditation. That's about all I could do. But I find a dance class super meditative. You have to be 100% present to do something creative and to play and have fun, or you're going to get hurt or injured. Like there typically there are things that if you're not present, and that is comes back to being you're taking care of yourself. So for me, that's my jam. So it's about taking that time and
love it.
Tell them to schedule it in. You gotta make time for it. It really is about selfish time in a good way.
Yep, absolutely. Instead of being selfless all the time. Absolutely. Well said. Thank you. All right, Jade, you are up. Let's hear from you.
Hi, everybody. I feel like there's a common thread here for sure. And
no, we've all been arguing for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you in the same room with us?
It's interesting. I think that, kind of echoing on everybody, it's so much that, is self-care taboo, or is it just that we've really learned to neglect ourselves. We really learned to not value ourselves. And therefore, taking care of ourselves hasn't been something that we've given importance to, or we've kind of learned to suffer. We've learned to, it's like I feel like the theme even here of bringing together a retreat is like coming together. And there's this, sense of community and connection. And so we're restoring that which is like innately within us. We're not meant to be isolated. We're not meant to suffer in silence. We're meant to help and support each other. And so I think the taboo comes more like, we have these learned ways that we've adopted and been imprinted upon us. And, now it's kind of our, I don't know whether I could call it responsibility, but it's like, when you're pushed up to a point where you have pain or you have any kind of issue or just repeating pattern in your life, at some point you're going to hit the edge and be like, I can't do it anymore. And then where are you? You're sort of going, okay, I need to reevaluate how I live, what I do. So yeah, I think that it's important, and I'm still learning how to do it. Prioritizing it isn't like enough for me. It doesn't make it work. So, I think it's like simple. I think I'll just say one last thing is just that, I think it's also looking at our expectations. Like you say, you meditate for 4 minutes. Maybe you don't even like meditation, but most of us have this expectation that we have to carve out all this time for ourselves. And, the wisdom and the teachings that I give, my clients is that we really need to sprinkle it through our daily living, because otherwise we're never going to feel like we're ever cared for. We need to make it like, imbued in everything versus like this carved out separate thing that needs to happen. Otherwise it doesn't really happen.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jade. Thank you for that. So, All right, so those of you watching, you can certainly always watch the replay, especially since this is being streamed right into my Joyful and Resilient Families Facebook group, as well as on my business page. I can talk. I can think about what I'm doing. So you can watch the replay if you've just entered and just watching now. Would love to be able to have you see this again because we've just shared some amazing wisdom. Just by a nod or a shake or a nod of everyone's head, is self-care taboo? No. Are we better off? Is everyone better off when we work on implementing a little self-care? All right, so now the question is, and you don't get to answer this one, this is for the people who are watching. What does self-care mean to you? And so when you come on Saturday to this retreat, you're going to see a lot of options for self-care. You get to define self-care in the way you need to. So, ladies, women, wise women from all over the world, presenters of this amazing retreat on Saturday, you have very little time to share the name of your retreat. Well, actually, I will put the name of your retreat on the screen. So we're going to start with Liz, and people can read that. So Liz, just really quickly, who do you think would benefit by coming to your retreat? What kind of woman, mom, who is attending the retreat already would benefit from your retreat? Be very quick. Ready, set, go.
Okay, ready, set, go. So really any woman that is concerned about or is looking for ideas and inspiration really to improve the way they eat. Find ways to, and what that really means, because there's so much contradicting information, so much stuff and distractions out there that is so confusing. So anyone wanting ideas, inspiration, clarification on what really eating, healthy means and how really. So the question I'm going to be answering actually in my workshop is that why, if food is love, why is it that we're struggling so much with it? Like such a
Oh, it's a great
simple
question.
equation. And although, like, even though it's so simple, then there's so many people struggling with it, like with diseases,
Absolutely.
allergies, and
Yeah.
so anyways, that's gonna be like the point of.
Great. Thank you. So you're going to be a point person and help them hone it in. Awesome. Thank you so much, Liz. All right, Kylie, a body you love, unchain yourself from physical pain. Who would be getting the most out of your workshop?
Yeah,
Who
so
should
I work with women who are struggling with chronic back and neck pain. So if you are someone who has been living with and pushing through physical pain, specifically in your back and neck, for a period of time longer than 4 months, this would be a wonderful workshop for you. Essentially, it's about allowing yourself to have your body be your ally again, allow yourself to find pleasure in your body again, and see your body as something full of possibilities rather than something full of limitations. So that is
love that. Woo, love that. All right, awesome. And Diane Kelly, ignite yourself a purpose. And who should be coming to the workshop? What are they looking for? Tell me.
This is for any woman who has lost a sense of who she is in the midst of all this self-sacrificing, whether it's through roles or rules or obligations or life transitions, who really wants to reclaim that part of herself, to reignite it, and to begin showing up in life as who you really are, and to let go of that self-doubt and live with confidence. So I look forward to being with you for that 45 minutes. I actually look forward to being with all of you and attending as many workshops as I can, because I know I will benefit too. So thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Diane. This is wonderful. Awesome. And I had a little glitch there with my little buttons. So I was button happy. I was pushing buttons, not your buttons, just my buttons. Okay. So Mandy Morris, let's see. You express yourself, Play Shop. Tell us who should be coming to your workshop.
any woman who feels to connect to their creativity, to their sense of play. I'm very much in alignment with Wendy. I believe that this is a wonderful opportunity for me actually to put my creative hat and my coaching hat together. And it's very experiential. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff from moving to writing to drawing. So, but really women who want to reconnect to their passion, to their creativity, to their sense of fun, and also to their ability to dream. So that I'll give some transformational tools so you can actually create lives you love living. So taking that time for you so you can create this life, not just be of service.
Right. Terrific. Thank you so much, Mandy. Thank you. And moving forward, Monifa. Who should be coming to your workshop? Who do you think is going to totally benefit and go like, oh, why did I do this sooner?
Anybody who wants to feel more confident in their voice. And I'm at the 3:30 Trust Yourself segment of the workshop. And I find that very, very, if you're wanting to trust yourself, if you want to be able to trust your voice, to voice when you need your self-care, to voice the things that you want to present into the world that are of yourself, and not feel selfish about it, then you want to join me for the voice activation for leadership confidence. So you can choose confidence every time you use your voice.
Love that. Thank you so much, Monifa. That's awesome. Because I want to make sure that everybody heard that it's not just singing. We're talking about using your voice with confidence. So when you speak, et cetera, you got the gist. Okay, great, awesome. Tatina, tell us more. Become your own shaman. Who's coming to your workshop?
Well, quite simply, if any woman who is interested in actually going a little bit deeper within themselves, because we have these patterns that keep sort of getting triggered, especially as a mom of teens and preteens, right? And so if you're wanting a little deeper insight into that, I will be taking you on a journey, showing you a few tools as to how to really come to that center and actually do a little journey to discover what is that next level of understanding so that you can step into your life with greater power, with greater voice as well. I'm actually going to be at the same time slot at the 3:30 Trust Yourself segment. And if you want to come away with a couple of energy tools that you can actually put in your back pocket and use on a daily basis to keep coming back to center and to keep actually stepping out with a little bit more of that empowered sense in your life,
Yes.
This is the workshop for you.
Yes, awesome. And you know what, Tatina, I'm really glad you said that you're at the same time as Monifa, because there's a solution. I probably should have mentioned it sooner. If you want to see Monifa's workshop, and you want to see Tatina's workshop, and I'm not just saying seeing, these are interactive workshops. So let me try that again. If you want to participate in Monifa's workshop and you want to participate in Tatina's workshop, but you can't be in two places at the same time and fully be present, you can actually buy the recordings of the entire day. They're only $97. So you got to register first and show up and enjoy the retreat. But I will also provide you with the link to buy the recordings. Again, only $97. It's really, really cheap for this quality. Right here on this screen, you have 10 women who, if they were charging $100 for an hour or $150 or $200 for an hour, you'd be spending $1,000 or $2,000. You're getting all of this for $97. So just kind of put that in perspective. Not a saleswoman or anything. Well, maybe I am. But anyways, all right, moving on. This has been awesome so far. I'm going to introduce to you Renee Zukin. Who should be coming to your workshop, Renee?
Anybody who has maybe come up against some blocks in their goals, whether it's a creative goal like writing or a transition goal, work, life, relationships, that sort of thing. We are definitely going to be using writing as a means to identify what those blocks are and give you some tools to figure out how to bust them.
Love it. How to bust them. Woohoo! All right. And Wendy Russell, all fun and games. Tell us more. Who should be there? Who's coming to your workshop?
My All Fun and Games Play Shop is at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and it's for any woman that feels like there's something missing in their life, because there is. Fun and creativity is your new self-care. And I think that's the greatest gift we can give ourselves. It reduces our stress and anxiety. It improves our mental health. It makes our brain work better. It changes our energy to one that's magnetic. It improves your relationships with your kids, your spouse, your family. And we end up attracting amazing people into our lives when we're that fun and joyful and in that creative state. So that
absolutely, I love it, because there is a problem. If there's something you're missing, and there is, yeah. I love that.
There is.
Yes, it's very important to. This is what I learned, and I will share this more on Saturday at the retreat when I'm speaking as a keynote speaker. I had to learn how to break through the seriousness in my parenting. When I broke the ice with my children, everything changed. I'll share more about that on Saturday. Thank you, Wendy. All right, moving along to Jade Groff. Tell us who's coming to your workshop.
Honestly, it could be anyone. I've yet to meet a woman who doesn't have a need to refuel herself, connect deeper into her body, getting into her pelvis, into her womb space. And so this could be for anyone and everyone. It could be for women that have symptoms like pain, reoccurring imbalances, physically in her body, experiencing pain, painful sex, leakage, on and on. Or, it could just be someone that wants to really connect more to their body, kind of activate their innate body wisdom and intelligence. So we'll be doing some practices together, some movement, some deeper reflection, and wonderful. You will leave with some tools to bring into your daily living and self-care.
Wonderful, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And I'll just close with letting everyone know I'm the keynote speaker, Misha Safran, certified professional life coach and parenting and confidence coach, academic life coach. I work with mothers and parents of teens and preteens. And I am the creator of this event. I can't believe it. 32 women from around the world. Anyways, this is so exciting. And my keynote speaking, I'll be talking about the joys and pains of parenting. And again, parenting with teens, parenting yourself, parenting as a role model in the community. Okay. And then in the later part of the day, 7:30 Eastern time, my workshop is called, whoops, that's not my workshop. My workshop is called Demystify Teenager Tantrums, Relax and Parent with Confidence. So if you are a parent who every once in a while or a lot says, oh, I'm such a bad mom. Oh, I feel like a failure. I'm not doing this right. Why is my kid not talking to me? Why is my kid? Then this workshop's for you. I want to give you an opportunity to come into your body and identify where you already are a parent rock star and where there's some areas that could be strengthened. That's it. It's not saying you're a bad mom. It's saying, where are you really, really doing great? And how can we fine tune some other things? So I'm really looking forward to this amazing, amazing retreat with what a lineup. Holy cow. I mean, even just the women here, aren't we impressed with the other women? I mean, this is like, wow, what an amazing group of women. Woo! So thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time to be here, to share your wisdom, your sagesse, they would say in French. And I know that anybody who comes to this retreat, moms of preteens and teens, or any woman, is going to get an enormous gift when they come on Saturday, especially since it's free today if you register by 11:59, or only $18 if you register tomorrow. But the registration closes tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, July 9th, and that is it. Hopefully you'll get in. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to any one of us. I will tag all these ladies in my post. And I think that's it. Everybody want to say like a big wahoo or something, or excitement, or a word? How about everybody unmute and say one word about how they feel for Saturday? Anybody, just
excited.
Inspired.
Inspired and excited.
Stoked.
I love it. Yeah, I'm totally excited, delighted, and totally in wonder. So thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll say goodbye to our people in Facebook land and on YouTube. It'll go on YouTube. Bye, everybody. Feel free to watch the replay, and would love to hear your thoughts and comments. Go ahead and either put them under the chat here in the live viewing, or if you are doing replay, hashtag replay and put your comments in. And lots of love. Hope to see you all Saturday.
Okay.
Bye.